Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Local to Me. We are live today on a Wednesday, different date. Normally you're listening to us on a Tuesday, but we're here today and we've got 3 different guests that we're going to be talking with. And so we're going to get started because we got a jam-packed episode for you. I want to start off though by thanking our show sponsors. Month of April. We've got some new sponsors today, Diane.
We do. I'm excited.
So first of all, I'd like to thank our show sponsor, ID3 Media Productions. They are a local company which produces video business cards and testimonial videos to give your small business added promotion. Contact them about their spring special of $100 off an in-studio fee, a setting fee, at id3mediaproductions@gmail.com. And then also, our April sponsor, which was also our March sponsor, was Sunburst Vinyl Supply. And they are ready to help you with your home improvement and new construction needs. For more information on their top quality windows, doors, or vinyl siding projects, contact them at 434-525-5577 or check out their showroom off of Route 460 at 1731 Sunburst Road. And speaking of Sunburst Vinyl, we have Sammy Grishaw with us here today in the studio, and we're going to be talking with him. Good afternoon, Sammy.
Hello. How are y'all?
And I grew up with Sammy, so I got lots of things to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about Sunburst Vinyl Supply and everything that they offer the community, especially with spring and summer coming. I'm sure you guys kind of ramp up this time of year.
Very busy right now.
So we're going to be talking with them. And then we also have a new train sponsor, Libby Orman with Easley Hedrick Insurance. And then our Takeout Tuesday trivia sponsor, which of course is not Takeout Tuesday today because it's Wednesday, but we're still going to talk about it, is Tina Miller with Tupperware. And I'll be doing their plugs for them closer to time.
But they can order takeout on Tuesday, so they can still win the card today on Wednesday and save it till Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, exactly.
Absolutely.
So, well, that's it for our sponsors right now. I feel like that took like 5 minutes. It's awesome.
You sound so professional. I'm impressed.
That's great.
You should do this for a living.
I know.
Strictly.
I've been thinking about it. Just professional podcast or voiceover work. Call me if you need any of that done. So, real quickly, before we get into our first guest, I just want to mention we did for the month of March
I gave you a new call ringtone.
Oh my gosh! I thought somebody's pacemaker was going off.
Sorry, I forgot to tell y'all.
I thought somebody left the door.
Okay, last week Diane was seeing people outside, which made me jump and look, and now Woody's got these noises coming through the.
I am so sorry. You have a caller already on the line.
Really?
So, I thought I'd put them through for you. Hold on one second. Oops, technical difficulty. Here we go.
Welcome to Talk Local to Me.
I didn't hit the button, Heather.
Oh, for gracious sakes, Woody.
None of us know what we're doing.
Well, they'll call back. Go ahead.
Okay.
Continue.
Call back if you would like.
I'll interrupt you later.
If not,
It's probably
call back
Brian.
Brian across the road. What technical difficulties?
Back to what I was saying. I don't even know what I was saying. So back to what I was saying. No, we back in March we held a kind of a membership drive.
Spring into spring.
Yep. And I had this goal. I was like, okay, $75 is what our membership was. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool if we got like 75 new members for $75? Yeah, kind of cool. Huge, that's a really big goal to hit in 1 month. But we worked really hard and we didn't hit 75, but we came really close.
Yeah,
we got like 68 for 1 month. What? That's crazy.
That is crazy. What is this organization that you speak of?
Oh, yes. The Central Virginia Business Coalition. I act like everybody should know because you should. But it's the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And we had our $75 member special and the rates did go back up to $125 for this month, but it's still an excellent deal.
It is.
For everything you get and the promotion that you get. But I just wanted to say thank you to, our GEMS team, if they're out there listening. And then, of course, Diane, you, Debbie, all, we worked really hard. And our members, we had members referring other businesses throughout the month like crazy, which was awesome.
Yeah. And that speaks a lot about the organization, too. If you're your members are that impressed and they're getting other people involved. And
it really does. I even had one member that called me at 10:30 at night and was sitting with a business and was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry to call you so late, but I want to get them in. Can you please tell me how to do that?"
I would have missed that call. I'm sorry.
So you know me.
Call Heather. Call me at 5 a.m. But
right. But no, I took the call and we got everybody. I think our last new member came in at like 12:06.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I went to sleep.
Yeah.
But I was working. It was like one of those things where you have like the all night call things. Was it telethon?
Well, we met some friends for dinner, and while we were waiting on them, I pulled my laptop out at Liberty Station. I was just sitting there working, still trying to get all these people in. It was crazy.
So just know, as a business owner, we don't sleep. All we do is work for you. Yeah. Constantly. But I'm really excited about our first guest that we have today. Mm-hmm. She offers a unique business to the area and something fun and something that I think now that some of the restrictions are lifting, more places can take part in, and it gives people the opportunity to go out and have a good time. And so we're going to be talking with Sabrina East with Jump Into Mystery. Good morning, Sabrina. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. We are on the phone with Sabrina East with Jump Into Mystery. And we are really excited to be talking to you because I know you actually provide a lot of what I would say are fun ways for people to get together and interact, especially, and you've done a good job of adapting it even with COVID. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about what Jump Into Mystery is all about.
So Jump Into Mystery was originally pre-COVID. We did murder mystery events at physical locations all over the area, such as wineries, breweries, restaurants, even resorts. We work with resorts such as the Homestead to do interactive murder mystery weekends. And all of our events were done pre-COVID. They were done live in person. Everyone gets a character role. It's very interactive. Everyone gets to participate. And it's a really fun time. But we did have to pivot when COVID hit. Obviously, gatherings were a no-no. And so everyone had to kind of adapt. And we actually pivoted to do our murder mysteries virtually. So we are now doing murder mysteries virtually, and it's been wonderful. I mean, we're hoping to eventually go back to the live in-person events, but also to really keep the virtual platform around because people are enjoying it. We can bring people together from all over the country with our virtual events.
So I was reading a article that was done on you, I guess last year sometime, and pre-COVID, right before COVID hit, you were booked out, 6 months?
We were. Yes, we were booked out. So I'm actually by trade, I'm a social worker. I was a social worker for 20 years. And in February, I left my 20-year career and retired from the field of social work to do this full time because it had basically been a part-time hobby business for many years for me. And I really wanted to put my heart into it and I wanted to make it full-time. So in February, pre-COVID, we were booked out for six months with live events and traveling to other states. North Carolina, we had events booked in West Virginia, Ohio. And unfortunately, by the end of March, all 6 months worth of those events had been put on hold, postponed, canceled. And so we really did have to jump in there and figure out a way to pivot.
And that's what we've been seeing with so many businesses during this past year. But, thankfully you were able to still reconnect people through this pandemic. And thank goodness for the internet.
Absolutely. And it really has opened up a completely different path for us. I mean, we definitely are still excited to get back to live events and we will never give those events up. But it really has given us a chance to pivot. I mean, we've done all kinds of stuff. We've added trivia nights. We did Zoom with Santa and Mrs. Claus for Christmas because we saw a need in the community. We kept hearing people say, they were scared to take their kids to visit with Santa, but at the same time, they didn't want their kids to miss out on that experience of, joyfully getting to see and talk to Santa. And so we decided, that there was a need and we would try to provide a solution to that. So we provided Zoom with Santa and Mrs. Claus. And it was a lot of fun because what it showed me was that, the need was there, but even if it wasn't a pandemic, the need was still there and it wasn't being met. So we were able to connect children that were sick and in the hospital and not able to physically go sit on Santa's lap, even pre-COVID. Mm-hmm. And that was super joyful. We were able to connect families that were deployed overseas. So like we had a family here who the child was here, the mother was here, but the father was deployed in the military overseas. He was able to call in and watch his child Zoom with Santa Claus, which normally he wouldn't have been able to do if it had been at the local mall. And same thing with grandparents in the nursing homes. We had a lot of grandparents that called in and got to Zoom and watch the grandchildren with Santa Claus, which normally, they may not have been able to do if they were in a retirement community or nursing home.
Are you going to be doing any in-person events anytime in the next few months, or is that still on hold for now?
Well, at this moment, where we are definitely booking events out. We have booked quite a few events out over the summer. But we're very tentative about it because, for instance, we actually booked 3 separate events in Blacksburg, Virginia. As soon as we heard that the governor's orders were lifting in April, we booked those events, and then the town of Blacksburg met and decided that they were going to change up what they were doing, and they were still going to continue to abide by what is currently in place instead of opening things back up. So those 3 events that we had already tentatively booked have already been postponed and kind of put on hold. So right now it's just a waiting game to see which communities open up and when we're able to physically get back into some of these locations. But yes, we are definitely booking out into the summer months and looking at, hopefully as things ease, especially once the weather breaks and we're able to start doing these events outside, because the restrictions are a little bit easier outside right now.
Right now, when you do these in-person events, do people dress up? Do they get in character?
So yeah, that's my question. I want to know how these murder mystery events happen. Like, how do they how do you go do that? That's what I've always wondered.
So truly, it depends on the venue. So the venue decides at the beginning up front. The venue has to decide whether or not they feel like their clientele are going to want to do an event that's dressed up, or if they're just going to want to do a casual modern day murder mystery where they don't have to dress up. So it really does depend on the venue. For instance, most of the breweries are on a Sunday afternoon, and they have told me in the past they don't really feel like their crowd is going to get excited about having to dress up on a Sunday afternoon. They just want to casually come and enjoy the event. So usually at the breweries we don't, but then we have some that are like Saturday night at one of the country clubs. We do a lot of events at country clubs locally, and so a lot of times they're like, we want a full out masquerade ball, or we want like a Roaring 20s theme where everybody dresses up in like mobster and
that's exactly what I was just thinking. Yes, that would be fantastic.
So we can do either. I mean, we provide whatever the venue wants. If they want something that's super modern day, just casual, no costumes, we can do that. But if they want a grand gala that everybody's dressed up, then we can do that too. Same thing with food. food and beverages. We can definitely, our events are super flexible, so they can be done without food and alcohol and so forth. Like for team building, events, a lot of times for companies, for team building, we just go in, we do the event, and there's no food or anything involved. But then when we do an event at the homestead, for instance, they do a 5-course wine paired dinner.
Oh, wow.
At the same time as our murder mystery. So, the guests, they come, they're playing during cocktail hour and appetizers. Then they sit down and they have 2 courses. Then they get up and continue to play the game. They sit back down. They have, their 3rd and 4th course. And we play, throughout the whole evening. So it really is flexible depending on what the venue envisions.
Right. So you've got an event coming up April 10th, Easter Bunny theme. Tell me about that.
Yes. So we are doing a comedy adult murder mystery called Who Whacked the Easter Bunny? And it is a comedic spin. It's virtual. It is virtual, but it's public, so it's open for anyone that's interested to buy tickets. But it is definitely an adult theme. And it's going to be funny. I mean, our suspects are other mythical creatures such as the Tooth Fairy, and there's lots of other creatures they're going to be suspects. We don't know who killed the Easter Bunny, but it's going to be a fun time.
I love it. I love it.
So when people come to these events, do you just hand them an envelope that lets them know what character that they are playing? And they just kind of have to get into that character and you just kind of play it as it goes. How does that kind of work?
So for the virtual events, they're actually getting all of their information sent to them ahead of time.
Okay.
But for the live event, they get packets throughout the time that they're there. So it's not just one packet, but they're getting clues throughout the evening. Our live events are a little bit more intensive. Obviously, they last longer. There's more to our live events than our virtual events. And we even give them, when they get to the live events, we even give them packets of fake money so that they can bribe and blackmail each other throughout the event. There's all kinds of fun little twists. But yeah, they're getting clues and information throughout the entire event. At our live events, the murder is actually staged during the time that they're at. So when they get there, nobody even knows who the victim is. The victim knows. The victim knows because we worked ahead of time to stage all of that. But nobody else knows who's going to die. And during the event, for our live events, the victim actually dies and someone finds the body. And then the victim gets to decide how they want to play the second half of the game. So they come back and they can continue to play just like everybody else, but they get to choose whether they want to come back as an angel and help everyone to solve the murder, or if they want to come back as a ghost and haunt everyone and wreak chaos throughout the remainder of the game.
Ooh, so that would be me. I would be, yes.
See, that's awesome. I could be like a regular Nancy Drew. I used to love reading Nancy Drew and always was like, I want to be a detective. I try and solve the book before we got to the end. And this would be a way to do that.
So how can they get a hold of you if they want to book an event with you?
So our website is jumpintomystery.com, and we also have a Facebook page. They can contact me either way. They can send a message through the website, or they can send a message through the Facebook page, or they can send an email to me directly. It's sabrina.east@jumpintomystery.com. And we are already booking. So if anyone's interested in a virtual or a live event the rest of this year for team building or private parties, we have tons of openings right now. So as things open back up, I have seen that it's definitely picked back up quite a bit with bookings. So we are already, like I said, we're already starting to book events out in August and September. So if people are interested in getting on the bus, let us know.
Are you still going to be continuing the trivia nights on Zoom, or is that something you also host in person?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Yes, we do. We do tons of trivia. The trivia is something that we actually pivoted and started offering virtually during COVID. However, last summer we took it live. So last summer we still did a lot of live events outdoors. And the really cool thing about trivia is that as things start to open back up, the trivia events are socially distanced. No one has to have interaction during the trivia events. So for live events, we're still able to do those because everyone's seated, at individual tables with the group that they came with.
Okay. I just know I did the trivia.
It's a little bit.
I was going to say, I did the trivia the other night, and that was a lot of fun. And so that was definitely something I would do again, because I thought it was a great way to interact with. You had people from like all over. You had California and New Mexico, and all. It was kind of a whole mix of people.
Yeah, absolutely. And we definitely will continue to do the trivia live as well as virtual. And for groups, for private groups, one thing that I've seen all of a sudden start booking up are Mother's Day, Father's Day dates, because apparently, families, we did a lot last year as well. Families still want to celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day, but a lot of families are hindered by travel still. Even as things open back up, there's still a lot of, hindrance where travel is concerned. So if their mother, grandmother, father, grandfather is, across the country, maybe not able to travel to get together, these make really good events for families that are looking to get together. I mean, for birthday parties, for anything like that, but specifically, we have been booking a lot of Mother's Day, Father's Day events. And I just actually booked a graduation party. So that's something else that's, coming up. We do teen and tween events. So we can do events for all ages, and we do a lot of events for local libraries as well as parks and recreation departments. So these are really good events for younger kids, tweens, teens, and make great events for birthday parties and graduation events too.
Sounds fun. I am definitely going to be contacting you because a friend of mine owns Jake's Place at Smith Mountain Lake, and I would love to do like some kind of nautical theme or murder at the lake house or, something like that. I think that would be cool.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah, I was actually thinking the other day that I would love to get in touch or in contact with one of the businesses on the lake to do a pirate themed murder mystery for Pirate Weekend, because I know that's something big that's coming up.
Yes.
And I thought, how fun would that be to do a pirate murder mystery for, one of the businesses on the lake during Pirate Weekend.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk. Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Sabrina.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And if anybody is listening and they would like to get a hold of her, go to her website and book that party.
All right. So that was Sabrina East. And I think that would be a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Although I am kind of nervous about how you would actually play that, play the roles out. That would be kind of like what improv sort of. And,
I'm not good at that.
I feel like I could probably do it, but I don't know. You know me. Well, I'm an extrovert, but sometimes I get nervous when I don't know people. So
do you?
Yeah.
When is this happening?
I don't know, but I do.
I've never seen that.
I do sometimes. So before we get into talking with our next guests, I want to make two quick comments. If you are listening to us live on Facebook, make sure that you are saying hi to us in the comment section. Because we're going to do a giveaway just from those that are commenting to Jake's Place. Speaking of Jake's Place, we were just talking about. So we're going to be doing that gift certificate. So, jump on, say hi, tell us what you like about the show. If you don't like it, just keep that to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. But no, just let us know, if you liked something you heard or if you have a question. And then want to go into our takeout trivia question. And so again, like I said, it's usually Takeout Tuesday, but today's Wednesday, and it's not really a trivia question either. So I'm really just messing up all the way around today, but
it's like a scavenger hunt.
It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. But I wanted to thank our Takeout Trivia sponsor this month, and that is Tina Miller with Tupperware. So this summer when you are out grilling, or even if you're going out and purchasing food to bring home from your favorite local restaurant, make sure you're saving the leftovers in your favorite Tupperware container. And if you don't have Tupperware, you need a new container, you can contact Tina Miller. She's ready to help you with 23 years in the business, so she definitely knows what she's talking about. You can give her a call at 434-851-5555 or check out her website at tinamiller.my.tupperware.com. So, today's question is actually going to make you work for it. You can't really just Google it and call in. We want you to go check out our show sponsor, Sunburst Vinyl Supply. We'll check out their website. And when you go on the homepage of their website, you will see that they have a video that's right there on the homepage, created by none other than Woody.
Thank you.
With Watts Creative, who we'll be speaking to today. But check out their video, and I want you to tell us, they have a sign right in front of their location, their showroom, that says Sunburst Vinyl Supply on it. What color is the first letter of each one of those words, Sunburst Vinyl Supply? I need the color of the first letter. So, off to the races. Go check that out and call in and let us know. You'll call into 540-712-6221. So let us know what you find out. And then, like I said, comment on our Facebook page and just say hello. So, Sammy, hello.
Welcome.
How are y'all?
Doing good.
Thank y'all for having me today.
I'm really glad to have you here because I want you to let us know more about Sunburst Vinyl, because I think, a lot of people hear Sunburst Vinyl and they think, okay, vinyl, but you guys do so much more than that.
Yes.
And I want to let people know, because I had somebody, actually, I check out those, the yard sale pages and the, the recommendation pages where people are asking, for things. And we want to make sure people know what they can refer you for, but also make sure that you are going with a licensed and insured contractor for whatever you are searching for, not just someone who can come and slap some paint on your house or put up some gutters. So tell us, Sammy, a little bit more about Sunburst Vinyl.
So Sunburst Vinyl is a locally owned company founded in 1958 by Mr. Odell Bradley. It was called Bradley Vinyl Supply back in the day. It was rebranded in 2015, which is now known as Sunburst Vinyl, locally owned and operated the whole time it's been open. We specialize in vinyl siding, installation, and sales to both contractors and the public. So if you're outside and weed inside your house and you mess a piece of vinyl siding up, come in. We can try to match it for you. If not, hopefully we can order what you need to fix your side of your house. We sell and install gutters. We can run them at the job site, which is at your house or business, or we can run them at the office. And then we also sell shutters and accessories for your house. A lot of people don't understand that. And then thirdly, we're called Sunburst Vinyl Supply, but we do sell windows. We have 3 different manufacturers that we can get. One is Vinyl Max, Allside, and Ellison. We can get replacement or brand new construction windows.
See, so that's what I wanted people to know.
So say this actually happened. I was mowing the grass and a rock flew up and hit one piece of my vinyl and put a hole in it. So I could bring that to you and you could try to match it?
Oh. We can try to match it for you. Okay. And we do sell vinyl by one-piece sections.
Okay.
Instead of having to buy a whole box.
See, that's super cool to know.
I didn't know that.
I actually have a piece of
I do too. I've been looking at it for a year.
Yep.
I'm not going to put tape over it.
No, my husband did. I was like, I wasn't even going to say that, but he did. Like, we have like a big piece of like, what's the gray, not the masking tape, but you know what I'm talking about? Like
Duct tape.
Yeah, the gray piece. It's just chilling
Duct
right
tape
there on the
fixes
side.
everything. It's
It
just
does.
not pretty.
Wrap it around a cut, do whatever. But no, that's really neat because I did not know that y'all did that by the, just one piece. And I think most people out there listening would be happy to know you can get that fixed without having to like completely revinyl your whole
Yes, you can.
house.
We actually have the horizontal siding, which is the conventional siding you see on most houses. We stock board and batten, which is the vertical siding that you see on the farmhouse style houses. And also the shake, which you see on the gable ends or fronts of houses that looks like a piece
I love
of shake.
that. Yeah.
We stock all that in our warehouse here in Lynchburg.
Okay.
Or technically Evington, but it's a Lynchburg.
Now, I noticed you have a new product because I was checking out your Facebook page and website the other day.
Yes.
That stone.
Yeah, the stone. Tell us about that.
It's a company called Evolve Stone, and they are located in Winchester, in Virginia, made in Virginia. So it's a mortarless application. You apply it with a trim nailer, and it stands up. From a distance, it looks just like regular stone, but it's a man-made product. It's completely weatherproof. It comes with a water barrier you just apply it to the side of the house.
Interesting. I love the way it looks. I was looking at that on your website too. So how did COVID affect you guys? Were you busier? Did you have to switch things up?
And of course, we're practicing our social distance skills and trying to be as safe as we can for everybody. But it really has, the housing market has boomed during COVID.
Yes.
That's where everybody's putting their money back into their homes right now and doing small projects that they've put off for years and years. So business has been good, very busy, which we're very appreciative of.
Yeah. I've heard that about a lot of the service providers. Everybody was stuck at home. So they're, reminded daily of the things that they want to fix or change up and stuff. So that's really good.
The biggest challenge for us has been getting the supply for the product in the door due to COVID, obviously. They've pushed a bunch of that off. A bunch of the factories have shut down or slowed their in production-wise.
I've seen a lot of people complaining about that.
But it's coming back around now. Our lead times have gone from 8 to 12 weeks down to 4 to 6 weeks right about now.
Okay.
And they're continually improvement, on a weekly basis.
Interesting.
Now, do y'all go out and do like free
estimates
for
Yes, we do.
businesses that are looking for, even for like residential
Yes.
homeowners?
The majority of our business is residential.
Okay.
We do some commercial, Of course, they'll go to the bigger contractors, the well-known people. Being a locally owned and smaller business that we are, most of our advertisement is word of mouth or, like advertisements like this. So we appreciate our existing customers who refer us to everybody else.
Right. And that's what I think is so important for people to understand is that y'all are a local company. You're not, here and you're not in California and you're not all over. You're local and, when people are dealing with you, they're dealing with someone right here in their area. So I think that's really important for people to know.
I had a lady calling yesterday that's lived in Lynchburg her whole life and had never heard of us. And she needed one piece of vinyl siding for her house. Her husband hit it with a weed eater.
Yep, it happens.
She came in yesterday and we were able to match it up for her and got her in and out the door in like 10 minutes.
That's awesome. So if someone is posting, and I know we talked about you do vinyl and gutters and windows, but is there anything like specific that if you're out and about and you hear somebody say they have a need for, that would be a great recommendation for you other than that? I mean, is there anything, I know y'all do like the gutters, but I guess what I'm trying to, people are always talking about little things that you don't think about with your home, but y'all don't do anything with like, you said just shutters. Like, what are the shutters? How do the
shutters install?
Yeah, like how do you help with the shutters? I'm sorry, that's what
we sell and install the shutters also.
Do you do the blinds or just the outdoor?
Just the outdoor.
Okay.
Just the shutters itself, the pair that mount on the sides of your windows.
Okay, that's what I was checking. Because I know we get people that are talking, they ask about blinds and stuff too. And for me, because I don't know anything, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, that has to do with all of it. Shutters and blinds and windows and, that's just.
We'll leave the blinds to the professionals.
Well, that's not me either. Not good.
And now is the perfect time to spruce your house up. Get it ready for spring and summer when you're wanting to be outside more and actually look at the exterior of your house. Maybe you've got cookouts planned and stuff like that. I know usually when we have friends over, I'm like, I need to pressure wash or I need to, do that, fix that piece of siding. So Definitely. Give them a call. Look on their Facebook, their website. Now, I saw that you guys were hiring recently. Did you fill that position?
We're still looking right now.
Okay. So many people are hiring.
I was just going to say the same thing. We have so many people hiring and, in need of, people to come in and do some hard work. I mean, let's be honest, you got to get in there and work. And they're having a hard time finding that, especially I know like our local restaurants and trades. That's kind of the big thing that I see a lot of people in need of. So, well, I think that you guys offer a great service. And again, let's talk about local. So if you're out there and you're looking at doing something for your home, please contact Sunburst Vinyl Supply, and Sammy, I'm sure will be there to help you out if you need him to be. And I enjoy having you guys as a member. I know y'all participated in our Christmas parade year before last, and y'all had an awesome float. Y'all worked really hard on that. And so I love being able to support, local businesses like you guys. So, and thank you for your support of us.
You're very welcome.
I do have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Heather and Sammy. So a Facebook user would like to know, do you have a product that will help the R value on the exterior?
As far as the insulation value?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We sell quarter-inch insulation that you can put behind your siding.
Oh, okay.
So like if you buy a non-insulated siding, you can install it before you put your siding up, which does increase your insulation factor for your house.
Oh, great. So that can go on the exterior before the siding goes on, so there's no... Oh, that's
correct.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Very cool.
I'm glad that Sammy knew what you were talking about when you said the R value, because I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, Heather, I didn't
I thought
know,
that meant the real value.
I didn't know what I was talking about either. I was just repeating the question.
I was like, residential?
I should know this. My
The
husband's a
ABC
contractor.
value, I think.
Woody owned that one, though. I'll give it to him.
Did I sound like I knew what I was
You
talking about?
did. Knew exactly what you was talking about.
That's it. That's how you do it, y'all.
I was
Fake
like,
it till you make it.
I was like, I don't take questions for Sunburst Vinyl. I'm in no way associated with them. No.
And speaking of Woody, Woody, like we said, did that commercial for you guys that is on the website that we asked everybody to go to. So we don't have a caller for that yet, right? Are they still watching the video?
You have a call. There is a call in here. I think it is a loyal listener. Would y'all like to talk to this loyal listener?
I would like to talk to this loyal listener.
Let's put this loyal listener through. All right.
You are live on Talk Local to Me.
Hey, it's Libby.
Hey, Libby. How are you?
Your most loyal listener of all.
You are our most loyal listener.
I'm good. It was funny. Well, it's funny because I already knew the answer to this question because I am good friends with Sammy's sister-in-law, and I was on their website earlier today because I was like, oh, I completely forgot that they do like siding because we're looking for new siding for our house. So I was actually just texting with Jackie today, his sister-in-law, and so I already knew the answer to this question.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So I'm going to let you tell us the answer, but I'm also going to say that we did have somebody on our Facebook comments that answered it correctly in the Facebook comment. So I'm going to give 2 gift certificates today to Jake's Place. And so I'm going to give one to you and one to Sharon Dodson because she answered correctly on our Facebook post. So, but Libby, go ahead and tell us what it is.
It is orange.
It is orange. One of my favorite colors. So,
well, I was like, it's either orange for Miami or it's orange for UVA. So that's my guess.
Well, I would like to take credit for the Miami one, but I believe everybody else in Virginia would like the UVA. Wahoo wah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep. That's why I was like, oh, I like this color. So yep, congratulations to both you and Sharon. And Sharon, if you are still listening, I will message you after the show to get your information so that we can send you your gift certificate. And Libby, thank you so much. And hopefully, for those listening, Libby is our train sponsor this month. So she can't actually call in and win that gift certificate. That's how we made sure she couldn't win. We were like, come sponsor the train. But hopefully we'll have one roll through before the end of the show. But if not, I'm going to tell everyone a little bit more about Easley Hedrick in just a little bit.
Thank you. Y'all have a great one.
Yep. Thanks, Libby.
That's the first time someone's ever said, we hope the train goes through while we're recording.
You know,
We get so excited.
it is. It's
It doesn't
fun.
take much.
Doesn't take much at all. No.
No,
Not for us.
Maybe we need to raise our standards
I get
of
excited.
ourselves.
It's like going back to childhood and hearing the train horn and you
I
go running
know.
looking for it.
I know.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's what Sammy and I were just talking about before the show, is that over in the neighborhood where he lived and my grandparents lived, there was this train trestle that went under the expressway. And you weren't really supposed to play down there, but, you know, we did anyway. We all, like all the neighborhood kids would go and walk through the train, like the underground train, the bridge. What do you call it? Like a
It's a train trestle.
Tunnel. Yeah, under the trestle. Y'all,
Where's that thesaurus?
Where's my
I'm slacking
coffee?
today.
I need more coffee. But anyway, we used to have fun playing under, like, that was cool.
Oh.
They blocked it off now, so kids these days will not know the fun of hanging out under the train in the tunnel. But
You can't do these days.
no. So we were talking to Woody about some things today, and I know, like you said, he did your video, and Woody, we're so happy to have you here with us, although you're always with us. But you're usually just over there.
If I'm not, we call it technical difficulty.
That's right.
Right. And then we get bumped to a different day.
I know.
And I'm so confused.
Well, I was joking, and I'm gonna get some flack for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I was joking that they moved us over to Wednesdays so that Life, Liberty, Happiness had a good tie-in show to bring them some listeners.
It's like when they premiere a show after the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like the Super Bowl has the ratings, and then just people kind of hang. That's what we're doing here.
yeah.
They're really
This is
tuning
why.
in. Yeah.
This is why Brian Schley does not give you gift cards.
Hold on. Let me see if he's going to walk. He'll probably be walking across the road any minute now.
Yeah, this is payback for
peeking
them
in.
dropping my call,
I know.
not letting me win my gift card a couple weeks ago. Last week, Diane said, "Did you listen?" I said, "Nope."
Nope.
I said,
I'm never listening again.
I didn't win nothing.
I ain't
I'm
calling, I
sad.
ain't
I'm
listening,
sad.
nothing.
It's
no,
funny.
I actually love their show. I listen to Life, Liberty,
do too.
Happiness.
I
Normally,
got my alarm set for it.
Yeah, I normally can't listen to it live, but I do normally replay it at night and listen to it. And they have me laughing. I mean, throughout the whole
Oh,
episode.
you fall asleep to Brian's voice.
No, I'm up.
We
I'm
all do.
laughing.
We all fall asleep to Brian's voice. So we love you, Brian.
We do.
So, Woody, tell us.
Yes.
Kind of a really you have a great tie-in with Sabrina in a way, because she does the jump
Yeah.
into mystery, and then you are like you do all kinds of things. Like,
Yeah.
I was trying to like pinpoint one thing to talk with you about today, and it's really not possible. But one of the things I know when I first met you is that you have a podcast for like the paranormal? Was it?
He's got several things going on.
Yeah, we have a lot going on.
So what is that?
But yes, okay. So the Hill City Paranormal. I'll give you the condensed brief version.
Yes. Teach us.
Yes. So a couple of years ago, the Academy. Well, I've always been into Bigfoot, UFO, stuff like that. So I've put, like, if you watch the Kraft automotive commercials we
Yeah.
do.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, we put Bigfoot in those commercials, and we've had a UFO in a couple, and like Browns hitting an air. We've put a ghost in a commercial. So I've always kind of like tucked away some characters that really interest me in when the client lets me. So a couple of years ago, the Academy Center of the Arts in Lynchburg reached out and they said, "Hey, we want to do historic tours of the Academy, and but we want to do it in a cool, like, theatrical, entertaining way." And I was like, "Well, I've got an idea," and that officially made me form my own group. Okay. So then that way, whatever we did as a group, it was an actual investigation / video instead of just a mock video. So that is kind of the way Hill City Paranormal came to be, and it snowballed from there. We started a podcast that year for that has done really well. We set up a haunted hotline where people call in with their spooky stories.
I was listening to that earlier. It was
Yeah.
something about the orange eyes. I was
It's-
like, there's no way.
I'm telling you that, like, the calls that we get on that number, it's a number, it's anonymous. You call, you leave your voicemail. That's it. We don't know who you are, and then we put it in the podcast.
Oh, I'm a call.
Oh my gosh, I love editing those at like 1:00 in the morning with the lights off. It is so. There have been times I have edited them and had to stop. They have been so spooky. So people out there have some terrifying stories. But yeah, so Hill City Paranormal's been fun. Like, for the last couple of years, we've had a good podcast. We've done several investigations for local places like Oakwood Country Club, the Academy, the Lynchburg Museum, library, all this. I mean, we've just done a couple of cool investigations, you know, like, and when I say investigation, it's so different. Every paranormal group has their own method, right? Ours is really strictly from a video technical standpoint, because I own a video business, so I have an abundant amount of cameras sitting around. So that's kind of what we do. We just have fun. Like, it's just like kind of the shows that you see on TV, except really just extremely stupid. But we set up some night vision cameras and go in and just see if we see anything, or like Bigfoot hunting. We'll go in the woods. Like, we went to Littleton.
I don't play with the woods. I'll go inside a building.
Now listen, this is, I'll try not to go too long on this one. We went to Littleton, North Carolina, okay, to visit a paranormal museum. And so we're there, and all of a sudden the guy, that it's in his house, by the way. So we go down there, and the museum is in the bottom section of his house, and we're like, man, this is awesome. Like, I'm loving it. My wife is creeped out. But all of a sudden he starts talking, and he's like, hey, well, there's a state park where there's been like, I don't know, 100 Bigfoot sightings. Y'all want to go? And immediately I was like, yes, lead the way. And so we drive for another 20 minutes out in the middle of the woods, and we end up finding like what we think to be like 19-inch long Bigfoot footprints. And I'm not joking. I'm not making it up. So we have experienced a ton. So we have a good time though. So it's you know, I can't really pinpoint one thing, Hill City Paranormal, because we kind of do.
You do everything,
Yeah,
like
we
a
do
potpourri
ghosts,
of stuff.
Bigfoot, UFOs, like.
So do you invite like us or the public on any of your investigations? I've got like one of those little handheld, what do you call it? The recorders, but it's
Yes,
called something.
Yeah. We can. We actually, when we did the haunted history tours, we did large groups. We walked around the Academy, which is a very old building. And we've had some requests to go out bigfooting, but unfortunately, bigfooting.
There's mudding.
I have a whole kit. I have a whole kit for that adventure. But yeah, we COVID hit, and then kind of everybody kind of dispersed. But yeah, so I would love to have people tag along, and we go out in the middle of the woods and hike for about 4 hours if they want to.
Is it always dark? Do you go during the day?
Now, one investigation in particular was out in the middle of where my family lives in Amherst County. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we have an old family cemetery up on a hill that has no road to it nowhere. You have to hike for about 45 minutes to get there. So my dad and I, we're geniuses, and we think, hey, this would be kind of cool to camp out at night and see if we see anything with some night vision cameras, right? So we go up there. My mom and wife and sister drop us off. Okay. So we're up there at the cemetery.
With no access to get out.
With no access to get out. Yeah, they dropped us off. We set up a couple of night vision cameras, and we're just chilling out at this cemetery for a couple of hours. And then all of a sudden, like, it's pitch black by now. Okay. No lights, nothing. This is way out in the middle of nowhere. So we're sitting out there with the night vision camera, and we're really not spooked out. Like, there's nothing like, ghostly or anything. We really don't ever experience that. But all of a sudden, we started hearing this animal noise.
See, it's the things that are alive that I don't play with.
Exactly. So all of a sudden, and I'm looking at him, and my niece is with us because she's, an adventurer at heart. And I'm like, I think we probably should pack up. And so what started off as like a 2-hour thing ended up, we got lost because I didn't bring enough flashlights. The night vision camera would not pick up the water the lake was near, so we almost fell 3 times into the lake.
No.
So we eventually made it back to the car about 5 hours later, and the only reason we saw the car, and this is not I'm not making this up, was that my sister was on top of the car with the headlights, and she was jumping up and down with a flashlight. And so we looked up the hill and finally saw a light blinking, and was like, "Oh, that must be her." And we're here, so we made it home safe. So.
Oh my gosh, I want to take a video camera and just follow you guys around and watch that.
that was the most entertaining part. God,
yeah. I don't do dark in woods at all. Yeah. So I'm out with that unless I can wear a diaper and somebody's holding my hand.
It was fun though. I mean, it's fun. Like, but that was like, I was not prepared for that adventure whatsoever.
I've always been like skeptical, about ghosts and whatever. But I'm here to tell you. My parents' house, yeah, there's something there.
I've experienced some weird things that none of us could explain.
Yeah, well,
At
I
all.
can't like if I'm ever like if I stay the night over there even now, I won't sleep in the back bedroom because like my mother, like she still sees like sometimes she'll see like this little boy, I guess, running around. But my sister, that used to be her bedroom when we were younger, and she used to have one of those like bunk beds. It's kind of like the loft within the couch thing underneath of it. And she woke up one night thinking my brother was sleeping beneath her because it was definitely a boy laying in the bed, and she said something to it, and it didn't speak back.
Oh my gosh.
And then the next
See,
morning,
no.
Call the haunted hotline.
My
Yeah.
heart is not that strong.
yeah. So then, like the next morning, she went into my brother's room and was like, "Hey, why didn't you answer me last night?" And he was like, "What are you talking about? Like, I've been here all night." So it was that freaked her out. But I'm telling you, it's something I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like being back there by myself.
See, here's the thing.
I'll sleep in the recliner.
It's a funny position to be in the paranormal field because, like I said, there's like 100 different methods, right? And me, for one, like you said, like I'm skeptical of ghosts. I've never seen one myself, right? Now, I mean, you kind of have a feeling if you walk into a place and
I don't want to
it's
see
bad. Yeah, so for me, I'm more of a Bigfoot UFO guy. So
yeah.
and so it's funny going into a place where there have been people that have seen stuff, and you're just kind of waiting though. You're like, okay, I hope I see something, because you hear all these stories. So every place is different though. Every place has a different vibe, and especially like old rundown houses out in the middle of nowhere and cemetery. So you never know what you're gonna get.
If I saw a ghost, or if I even thought I'd be doing like that Shaggy and Scooby Doo run,
Yes.
where they're like their
Yep.
feet are running really fast.
That's it.
So what's this podcast you do called Something Told Me?
Okay, so Something Told Me. So we've had a couple of true crime podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every so often when we talk to someone in those podcasts, there was always a moment where they referred to like intuition or discernment or something. Like they said, I had a feeling, right?
Right.
And so that's where that podcast is coming in. We're collecting stories from people that, something told them to maybe take a left instead of a right. And they're here today because of that. See? Because there was a case with the Route 29 stalker when we were doing that podcast where we went to the site where, for those of the story, in 1996, this lady went missing. Her car was found on the side of the road. A couple months later, they found her body. Her car on the side of the road, every year there's flowers put there. Well, we found out the reason the flowers are put there because a lady that was almost pulled over by this guy who's the Route 29 stalker, decided not to pull over. And Alicia, the girl that ended up dying and was killed, was the next choice behind that. So that was like, for something told her not to stop.
Right.
So that podcast, we're collecting some fantastic
Gave
stories.
me chills. I can't.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So that's why that came about, because we have been, every person you talk to, it's like, if I would have done this, I wouldn't be here to talk to today. Like, so it's like all these little chilling stories that you kind of don't connect until years later. So yeah, we've got a broad mix of podcasts. So it's all over the board.
It's kind of like some Final Destination stuff.
It is. It's some I have some crazy
I've
stories.
experienced a few things like that in my life, though, where we could have been the car in a head-on collision on 460 a couple of years ago. But I decided we got to leave Liberty Station. And normally we linger and say goodbye to friends and, this and that. And we just left. Right after we got home, there was a head-on collision where somebody was going the wrong way up 460. And I know the helicopter came and picked the people up, but I don't know whatever happened. But oddly enough, when I heard the wreck, little side story here, we're going to shift, but this is what happens in a day in the life of Diane. I was running because I heard the crash. So I was running in the dark towards it and tripped and fell over a dead deer that was in my neighbor's yard. And then I was like, I'm out. I'm going back home.
That's it.
So anyway, just a little side story.
That would make a perfect podcast episode, and then it ends with Diane tripping over a dead deer.
I'm serious. So we have a few more minutes. So tell us real quick. Tell us real quick about Studio Time.
I mean, how can I top that story? Though?
Yeah, no. I've got a whole
come
book of
on.
stories.
Studio Time is something fun we're doing because we in this type of business, doing commercials for just about any business, we meet so many wonderful people, characters, and environments. And occasionally we're asked to film something, and it's just a charming, adorable, fun story, and that's what we do. So we kind of take the recorder with us and give people a behind the scenes glimpse at what goes into kind of local television commercial production, which you normally wouldn't think about. But I'm telling you, the environments and people that we meet, it's amazing. And you can write a book about it. So that's Studio Time is that. It's just, if we have a fun encounter, we'll tell you about it.
Awesome. So definitely go to your website. What is it again? Hill City Paranormal?
You can go to hillcityparanormal.com and you can watch all of the investigations that we've done, some fun videos that we've done featuring our Bigfoot friend that makes an appearance in some videos. And all the other podcasts, just go to Watch Creative Studios. And I have them all on there, so I appreciate it.
So we didn't have a train come through unless it makes a liar out of me and comes through at like 12:59 like it did
put a
last week. Yeah,
a fake train sound?
I need a fake train sound. Yeah. But I do really want to quickly mention our train sponsor for the month of April, so that actually this is good because people can actually hear me say the sponsorship without the train blasting me out. But Libby Orman with Easley Hedrick Insurance is our train sponsor for the month of April. And Easley Hedrick is a full-service insurance agency that is here locally in Bedford, located at the Food Lion Shopping Center. So with summer quickly approaching, no matter whether you drive a train, motorcycle, a boat, or RV, they are ready to talk to you. So contact Libby at 540-586-3025 today. So thank you, Libby. And again, you're welcome, everyone, because now she cannot win the train ticket. So we need to make sure we have more loyal listeners. Call it in.
If a frequent caller calls in, be prepared to be a sponsor.
That's right. We hook you in after a month. We reel you in. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. Diane, who do we have next week?
We have Allison Suspa. I can never pronounce her name. I love you, Allison. She is with the Adult Care Center, and she will also be talking about alligraphy, which is a really cool calligraphy business that she has. And we will have Maggie McCanna, who is also at the Adult Care Center, and she will be talking about Maggie Takes Pics, her other business.
Awesome. So tune in next week. We may or may not be switching to Wednesdays, but we'll let people know what we will be. It'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday next week, guys.
Stay tuned.
Just follow us. Stay tuned. Yeah, it's something for you guys to be waiting to hear about.